Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
And we're back here in the garage bringing you guys another episode number 32. What is that, 8 months now we've been at it?
Yeah, dude, 8 months.
Yeah.
8 months. Repping a new setup again. We like to mix it up on you guys, but we got a fun episode for you. We're going to be coming at you with some MLB, NFL, college football, NBA talk. Bobby's bets, of course. If you can see the leaderboard from over there, Bobby's not doing too hot.
Yeah.
This is his feature segment, and he's really dropping the ball on you guys.
Dude.
Don't worry. Nick and I are there to pick up the slack. And then, as always, we got Nick's question of the week. It's not an episode without it. So, without further ado, guys, let's get into it.
Astros and Braves, man.
World Series Game 1 is tonight.
Just started.
Just started. So
Jocktober, man.
it's Jocktober.
Jocktober
Bobby's
is
favorite
real,
player,
man.
Jock Peterson.
I don't know how he's doing that good. He's a bum.
Dude, it's
still
fine.
a bum.
I mean, he's a playoff guy. I
He's
feel
a
like
player. Exactly.
he played really good for the Dodgers in the playoffs. There were big moments, and then he went to the Cubs, and it was like there wasn't a lot of pressure for him to do well. So I feel like he just kind of was like, I don't really need to do anything. Now he's back to the pressure.
He was traded for nothing. Pressure was off of him almost instantly. Let's be real. Chicago fans in general are super demanding, no matter what. Jock Peterson comes into Chicago. It's expected he's going to be your right fielder of the future. He's supposed to be some franchise cornerstone and everything, and that's not what he is. It's not that he's a bad player. It's just the expectations.
He's a rotation guy.
Yeah, everything that was put on him coming into Chicago, he was sold as if he was going to be this massive free agent signing, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
So
same thing with
pressure
Jason
comes
Hayward.
off.
It's left-handed outfielders. The Cubs just drool over, and then they finally get him, and they're like, oh, they're not as good as we expected them to be.
Jason Hayward's a bum. But you know what the funny thing is? We trade Schwarber, and then we signed Jock, and guess what two players are playing in the World Series this year?
Schwarber's not.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
But, he had a good postseason.
Yeah, he had a good postseason.
But he's not playing in the
I
World
know.
Series.
Why did I say that?
Big L. We might have to just give you an extra loss on Bobby's bets for
I know.
that.
But either way, in the postseason,
but this isn't about the Cubs or the White Sox just yet. We're talking World Series right now.
Yeah.
We'll dive into the other teams in a little bit, but we got Astros Braves. So Nick, I wanted to just real quick, who you got in this series?
I got the Braves in 6.
Braves in 6. Who do you got taking Game 1 tonight?
I have the Braves.
Braves?
Yeah.
Same.
Braves?
Yeah,
You guys are riding this Braves train hard. It's just because the White Sox lost to the Astros. Astros Game 1, Astros in 5. Boom.
No, it's not. It's actually, that's not what it is
You
at all.
You heard it here first.
Astros in 5. I doubt you're the first person to say it. No,
Astros in 3.
My thing is
Astros in 3. Just call it
Astros
over,
in
man.
3. The Braves are going to forfeit. They're going to go down 3-1 and be like, it's not even worth it.
They're cheating.
No, the reason I'm going with the Braves, not because I'm anti-Astros here, even though I kind of am anti-Astros in general, but the reason I'm picking the Braves is because of the way they handled the the way they handled the Dodgers. That was to me, that was a very convincing series. I imagine a lot of people who were watching from the outside looked at that and said, okay, if this is what the Braves can do and they're not at full strength, this team is playing playing with heart. Eddie Rosario, what a crazy NLCS series he had. It's just the Braves convinced me with how well they played as a whole team. It wasn't like one style of play won them those series. They hung in for the low scoring games and they went in and they held their own in the higher scoring ones. And their pitching staff, I think, is the better rotation of the two.
Yeah, Max Fried.
So.
Max Fried, Charlie Morton. Those two guys, I think, are already better than your one. Lance McCullers isn't pitching in the World Series.
Yeah, that's a big reason why I picked the Braves to win Game 1, and also they're on them beating the Dodgers is a bigger high of momentum swing than the Astros beating the Red Sox.
But dude, think about all the way back to July when Ronald Acuna went out.
Yeah, people would have thought
they wrote them off.
They had a slow start to the year in general.
Yeah.
They had a really bad start to their season, and back in middle of when Acuna goes down, you're like, they're kind of like they weren't leading the division, they weren't in the wild card hunt necessarily, but they rallied. That's the power of Freddie Freeman, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, he's
Freddie
such
Freeman,
a big
one
leader.
of the most underrated first basemen. I think he gets a lot of respect, but I don't think people acknowledge just how many aspects of his game he excels at.
They can't.
And one of those is being a leader.
Can't hit off Anthony Rizzo though.
Yeah,
Well, that's true.
He did have the strikeout. Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I got the Braves in 6 because of that stuff alone. It just that Dodgers series, I kind of bought into it. I like the Braves. I want Freddie to get his first ring as well.
Yeah. I want the Braves to win because then the Mariners will have more wins than the World Series team. Because the Mariners won 80 and the Braves only won 78. So
Really?
Or no, what is it? 90? Is it 90 and 88? The Mariners have more wins than the Braves.
Okay.
For the regular season.
You always find a way to bring the Mariners in.
Oh, I always will.
Always.
Full circle.
I'm so
if
ready.
you didn't know what Nick's favorite team is, there you go, guys.
The Mariners.
It's the Mariners. But yeah, Nick is going to be bringing. Are you going to bring us live updates then of the game, or are you just?
Yeah, I got it pulled up. I mean,
he's got it pulled up.
It just started, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna update everything.
He's gonna be like, "Yep, Charlie Morton with the strikeout, struck out Altuve in the top of the first." Or are they? Who's got home field? I don't remember.
The Astros have home field because they had a better record. It's the first year, no All-Star game.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that method personally.
The Braves are winning 1-0, by the way.
Are
they really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they hit a home run.
Hitting dingers?
What's their
Big
chop?
Al.
The tomahawk chop.
Yeah, I think the Tommy chop.
It's something like that. The chop.
Jorge Soler home run. I think he was.
That's another Cubs player.
I think he's the leadoff hitter of the game.
Leadoff
home run.
Hey, we need all these Cubbies back, man.
I completely forgot Soler was on the Cubs for a little bit.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, the Royals, Cubs, and then
I
think back to the Royals.
That's what's up. Go Braves. Tomahawk Nation, whatever they call themselves. I don't really know.
I think it was Braves Nation.
Braves Nation, chop down, whatever. You get what
America's
I'm saying
team,
here.
right?
America's team, right? Yeah.
America's team.
outside of
yeah.
Texas.
Honestly, I bet like pretty much everyone that's not in Houston is rooting for the Braves in this series.
I was just happy
I'm
once the.
I'm rooting for Houston.
Okay, that's good for you. So we got one guy. If you're gonna cancel anyone, people,
It's Bobby.
cancel Bobby for that alone. You cheater.
How am I a cheater?
You support cheaters.
Yeah. You support trash cans.
The trash throws.
Hey, sometimes you gotta cheat to win in life. All right.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah.
Is that right? That's how the saying
Yeah,
goes.
I think
that's
so.
like that South Park episode. How do I teach these kids?
How do I teach these kids? The South Park episode, guys.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's from an actual movie, that
Yeah,
South Park parody.
But he's teaching them how to cheat.
And there's our movie reference for the episode as well. What's the name of that movie? Do you remember?
Is it Stand and Deliver? No.
I don't know. I don't really know what you're talking about.
I feel like
Dude,
it's Stand
it
and
might
Deliver.
be Stand and Deliver.
Can you look that up?
I can look this up.
Yeah, look at. I honestly think it's Stand and Deliver,
Yeah.
Bobby. That you're gonna get some brownie points
Dude,
for that. That'll make up for that Kyle Schwarber comment earlier.
Oh, yeah.
You're right on this.
I was thinking. I'm pretty sure it is Stand. Edward James almost. Yep, Stand and Deliver.
Yes, Bobby. Look at you, and just like that, you're not getting an extra loss on the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't get a win.
Bobby's
But
bets. You don't get a win.
We're not
That
putting the
takes
loss
off the
of it.
loss. They cancel out. Good job.
Thank
Bobby.
God for me being a fat kid in high school and just love watching movies.
Whoa! How are you gonna connect that into this?
I love watching movies, man. What's wrong with that?
It was a good movie. Stand and
Yeah,
Deliver, everybody.
Stand and Deliver.
If you like a good drama, watch Stand and Deliver.
Edward James almost, man. Great actor.
Him, that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not a big actor guy.
I
Like
know
I'll know.
Family Guy parodies it, and so does South Park. South Park.
Eric Cartman does a real good
Eric
job.
Cartman, the great Bill Belichick. That's a good episode. That's a good one. But yeah, so I mean, let's wrap up our little World Series preview here. So Bobby, you're picking the Astros in 5. I want to hear basically, what about the Astros makes you think they're going to win this series? And 5 games nonetheless.
5 games. They got home field advantage, number 1. So right off the bat, they can get 2 wins right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And their bats have been there all postseason. They're a real big boomer bust team. So if their bats are on point, I think they could run
that's
away
fair.
with this.
They're not a team that strikes out very often. They have very good plate discipline. So I'm gonna give you that one. I've already explained my Braves reasoning. I thought they're gonna be coming off of a huge momentum series against the Dodgers, a team that I think is the best lineup in baseball with the Dodgers, and they took them down, and they went, like I said, the close games. They had 2 walk-offs in games 1 and 2. They really only got blown out once, which kind of happens in 7-game series. One team's bound to have that one game where they pop off. We saw the Sox do it against the Astros. The Red Sox did it with like 3 grand slams against the Astros as well. but that didn't phase them. I think this is going to be a series that's going to come down to your rotation. Because if the Braves can if the Braves can get into the Astros bullpen early, Astros have a good bullpen, but they do not want to go through all those guys too early in the series.
No.
Yeah.
So you're going to you want to force Dusty Baker to go to his bullpen a lot sooner than he wants to in these first 2 games. Because if you can do that, he's going to have to either put in one of his really good guys and force you to like be really good at the plate, or he's going to have to risk throwing in a less consistent guy and giving you an opportunity to jump on him.
Who's pitching tonight for the Astros?
Framel Reyes, right?
Framber Valdez.
Is Greinke?
Framber Reyes is the right fielder for the Indians.
Dude, I was close,
Yeah,
man.
you were close. Is Greinke pitching tomorrow?
They haven't said anything about any other starters.
No.
Yeah, that's all we got right now. Charlie Morton.
It's either Luis Garcia, or Zach Greinke.
Yeah, and then Charlie Morton's going today, and Max Fried is going game 2.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
it's going to come down to the rotations. These are two good offensive teams. Their bats have been there all postseason, so
And
that's why I think the Braves got the difference maker at the starting rotation.
You love to see the Braves. Like, yeah, I just love to see the Dodgers not in it, man.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
it continues the streak of since 2001 not having back-to-back World Series champions.
Yeah.
So by the Braves beating the Astros, it's not going to happen, obviously.
Yeah, so
I still think it's going to come down Austin Riley versus Yordan Alvarez because they've both been so
super hot.
So it's just like which guy's going to tip the scale in their favor.
Not Eddie Rosario?
I mean, I think he had a really hot last series against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But Austin Riley has just been like the guy that hits big when like you need him to.
I think Rosario and Reilly have been the 2 biggest like jolts in that lineup for the Braves.
Yeah, and then Yordan Alvarez, I feel like besides maybe twice in the Sox series, he like didn't get a hit, but he's almost had like 2 hits almost every game.
He's been probably the hardest out in the postseason, I would say. But it'll be fun to watch. I think these are 2 teams that can play different styles of baseball. I just think the Braves are going to have the advantage when it comes down to close, tight games. What can your rotation do for you? But we'll see.
Yeah.
Astros are really disciplined, so that could all mean nothing come this series.
Throw a 20 on it?
I'm not throwing a 20 on it, Bobby.
Throw a 20
We still got our 20 or whatever on me striking you out, and the weather's turning, so
Yeah, true. We got to get on that, man.
we might have to change it to wiffle ball.
Why wiffle ball?
I don't know.
I feel like it's too easy wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball, I feel like I could do an even better job striking.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, probably.
Throw a wicked curve. I got the craziest curveball.
No, we're leaving it at baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Leaving it baseball.
It's 2-0 by the way now.
Chop. Hit the chop.
Austin Riley and
Sheesh.
Ozzy Albies both got hits, so I can't tell if it's a home run. Austin Riley has an RBI,
Chop.
so I don't think it was a home run.
Let's go. Let's chop, Nick. Chop with me. Chop. All right. But yeah, so that's our World Series preview. Let's go a little bit into some offseason work for our 3 favorite teams here. White Sox fan over here. Bobby, we know who he is. Bobby, go ahead. Tell him who you are.
Cubbies, bro.
Cubbies, bro. Cubbies, bro.
Cubbies
And then
for
Nick,
life.
if you couldn't tell by Nick's Mariners comment earlier, he is a Mariners fan.
Hey, Florida Marlins fan. What? Oh, yeah,
No.
Mariners. Oh, yeah, that's right.
You, Bobby's over here like, what? We've gone. No.
Now I'm gonna be like, and you didn't return my Seattle Mariners hat that I got you for your
Bro.
birthday?
Yeah, so probably won't spend too much time on it really. You know, we got some big free agents that are going to be available. Although I don't think this is going to be a super big free agent class like we had with Machado and Harper.
No.
Nick, you want to preview like the top free agents for us before we dive into this?
Yeah, I just pulled top 5 on I don't know if it's like by how much money they're supposed to get or whatever, but it was Carlos Correa is 1,
Mhm.
Corey Seager's 2, Chris Bryant is 3, Max Scherzer is number 4, and then Trevor Story's 5. So I
Right.
feel like that's a lot of guys who play the middle infield, which is always what
And then
teams need.
Premier
and then
pitcher and Scherzer.
the best pitcher in baseball probably besides Jacob deGrom. So
Oh yeah, at least Scherzer is unbelievable,
he's
man.
number
That dude's
2.
a machine.
yeah, for sure top 5, but you could argue. I feel like you could argue top 2. You might even say better than deGrom just because he's normally a little bit healthier.
Yeah,
So,
that's a solid top 5. I don't know. They're just not. I don't think it's going to be as hyped up as the Machado.
Oh,
and
no, I don't.
Harper.
Yeah, nowhere.
I mean, it's
near.
gonna be a pretty good class, though.
No, it's still a good class. It's just the thing is, it's a lot of the same position,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is going to kind of make it
So
difficult.
you're not gonna get like super teams,
right.
Probably
You're
not,
like
yeah.
you're
except if you're the Dodgers.
yeah. But so
They
like
already
looking
have a
at those
super team.
top 5, obviously we're not saying that our favorite teams are going to go after those top 5 per se. But that kind of headlines the class. And so, we look at where all of our teams are at, right? White Sox, Cubs, Mariners, where those three are at going into this postseason. Just kind of like a rough breakdown for you guys, what we think is a smart move or what direction those teams should be going in, whether it's a specific player by name or just, what positions or groups need to kind of be prioritized. What kind of player profile are you looking for more than just a player? So, Bobby, I'll hand it off to you.
I'm gonna go.
I'm sure you got tons of takes for the Cubs right now.
Dude, the Cubs need a whole new team. Like
the list goes on.
You know what? Just print out that whole sheet. Pretty much every position's up for grabs at that point. But rumor mill has it they're interested in Trevor Story. I hope so. Trevor Story is my favorite player in baseball. Always why I wore number 27. Yeah,
Bobby is. Bobby's not making that up. I'll back that up.
So if we get Trevor Story, my favorite player on the Cubs, buying that jersey instantly.
Have him at
after trading Javier Baez, obviously that shortstop, there has been no good play.
But what about Nico Horner then?
He's
second base,
but
Nick Madrigal.
Oh yeah, we do have Nick Madrigal. So I would.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Nico Horner could be like your rotationary guy. Maybe throw him at third.
Nico Horner does not have the arm for third base, and neither does Madrigal. In that scenario, Trevor Story would go to third base. He's got a good arm. He's got a decent glove.
But Pat Wisdom's so good.
It's a challenge. Because like we said, this free agent class is going to be mostly the same kind of position, shortstop / middle infielders, primarily like shortstop heavy.
But either way, if we re-sign Chris Bryant or Trevor Story, I would be so happy.
I don't think Bryant's coming back, buddy.
Hey, he's on the Giants' list of priorities. He's very low, they said.
Well, that's because they have I forget who their main prospect is, but I don't think Bryant's coming back. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll have to
you never know, man.
I guess we'll wait and see. For the White Sox, though, the way I've kind of been looking at it is White Sox need two things. They need a right fielder / corner outfielder, and then they need a second baseman. To me, I am prioritizing the fact that you need a good left-handed bat in that lineup. It is so right-handed heavy. It's brutal to watch. So I'm going with Schwarber. I think is someone that the White Sox should seriously look at pursuing this offseason. Is he going to hit 300? No, but if he's going to hit you 30-plus bombs a season, and honestly, come on, who's your next right fielder? Andrew Vaughn's not bad defensively, but Schwarber, I think you could do okay at right field.
Yeah, I think they're very similar defensively.
They're very similar. Yeah. Schwarber's not going to wow you on defense, but you just need him to be average. You want him there for his bat, and if he can hit around 250 and put 30+ home runs on the board, and he can bring pop from the left side of the plate, that to me is important. You need someone who can sit on the breaking balls coming from these righties, like sliders away. Oh my gosh, that's all it is. And the Sox have switch hitters, but switch hitters always have a better side of the plate that they hit from.
Yeah.
I want like a true lefty in that lineup. I think Schwarber's a good way to go. Second base is kind of tricky. I guess you could say Trevor Story is a guy you could try and convince to make the switch to second base.
Nicky, 2 strikes, man.
Marcus Semien, he plays second base.
Is he a free agent?
Yeah. Oh, he's just not in the top 5.
Damn, if he's a free agent, I would consider going after him, no problem. I was originally thinking someone like a Joe Panic, solid defense, not a huge bat.
What about Adam Frazier?
No, I don't think he's a free agent.
He's not a free agent. He's got another.
He's got one more year.
Adam Frazier. That's why I wanted the White Sox to go after him in the trade deadline.
Yeah, because
they chose not to. Kind of frustrates me, makes me scratch my head a little bit, but. Whatever, Cesar Hernandez clearly didn't work. Panic, I was going to go with him, but then I looked into his numbers a little bit more, and honestly, not impressive at all the last couple of years. That was just going to be a bad take on my part. Left him off.
Jake Cronenworth could be a really good pick. He has 2 more years on his contract with the Padres, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you trade, but now the Padres, Tatis wasn't even playing shortstop. Cronenworth was taking shortstop towards the end of the year. So I don't know. Padres got a mess on their hands a little bit. They got too many personalities. Well, not too many, but they need someone who can manage them.
Yeah.
They interviewed Ozzie Guillen.
They need like a Freddie Freeman type of player on their team. Hosmer's old enough, but I feel like he doesn't have. I don't know if he has like the locker room quality that like guys like Freddie Freeman I see have.
Yeah, right. No, I get what you're saying. And then Nick, how about your Mariners though?
I'm kind of torn between like I feel like they need to get 2 guys, but they might not be able to get 2. So if they're going big and spending on one guy, I would love to see them get Corey Seager because Kyle Seager's a free agent. So if they can somehow sign Kyle and Corey back to back, have their brothers on the left side of the infield,
That'd be pretty dope.
they'd have 2. They'd have 3 Gold Glovers. J.P. Crawford's probably going to win back to back Gold Gloves. Corey Seager's a Gold Glover. Kyle Seager's used to be one of the best defensive third basemen. That would be insane.
Would you in that scenario would Crawford go to second base?
No, I'd leave Crawford short. I'd
And
put
then
Corey
Seager?
Seager. I would put Corey Seager at second and Kyle Seager still at third.
Yeah.
And just depending on moving on, like if Kyle Seager starts struggling with it, just move him to second base because he used to play second base.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
but if not, I would like to see Robbie Ray
Ooh.
come in and then just get like a backup guy like Marcus Semien. If we get Robbie Ray and Marcus Semien to like get 2 kind of not as expensive guys,
Mm-hmm.
they need a pitcher. When James Paxton getting hurt, you could tell that they needed a veteran pitcher to help their
Robbie Ray
starting
would
rotation.
be.
But
I mean,
after
he's going to
the
be a
season,
sought after guy.
after
Yeah.
the season you
After
had,
this
he's going to be
season,
looking
I mean,
for money.
It's gonna take some serious money to get him.
Yeah, that's where it's just come. I don't honestly. They don't really need to do much. They second place in their division, almost ended up winning their division, making the playoffs, almost made it to the wild card, and they have the best farm system in baseball. They don't really need to make a move, but if they were,
They don't need to make a splash move.
yeah, they just
but
need
they
just need to fill those small gaps.
I would prioritize if I were the Mariners. I'd be prioritizing, like you said, that veteran pitcher.
yeah,
I think that's going to be a bigger and more like impactful signing than going after like a Seager or something like that. Just because, like you said, when Paxton went down, they were kind of without that guy.
yeah,
They need an anchor or a second anchor in that case.
yeah. And there's no catchers. That's really what they need
Yeah.
because all their catchers are too young. They need a solid catcher, but.
There's not. I don't really think there's.
No,
really
and they
any
did
free
fine with
agents out there.
they did fine with Tom Murphy, Mr. Accountant, as his first job and the baseball player's second job.
Yeah,
See,
that's
you
a
really
tough
hate that
position
name,
to
man.
fill.
I might get his jersey just because I
Just
just don't like his name so much. Like he did great
You know
at
what?
catcher.
I don't like your name so much. I'm gonna buy your jersey with your name on it.
Yep, I'm just hoping that they don't do what a lot of Mariners fans are thinking. They're thinking Mitch Haniger might get traded because he had such a good year that people are gonna overbuy on him.
Oh man,
Like they're at first they said the Sox.
You gotta keep him.
They said the Sox might overbuy on him because they've been so hurt at right field, and Mitch Haniger hits righties so much better than lefties.
Is he a lefty?
He's a righty, but he hits righties so much better than lefties.
Ah man,
So that's like one team that they are. I mean, because they're so weak in
he
outfield.
did have a good year. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think Haniger's going anywhere.
I hope he's not.
Especially because the Mariners, I think, made a surprising step up, and people are like, and now they're probably seeing that they can compete way sooner than they were
Oh, yeah.
expecting.
Yeah.
Keep him around, let him like see, like be there to like witness it all come to fruition for him.
I hope so.
Yeah, but who knows, right? That's something we'll have to see how it plays out when the offseason starts up. But real quick though, before we wrap up MLB, just of those top 5, Correa, Seager, Bryant, Scherzer, and Story, who do you think is going to have the biggest market? Like who's going to be the most sought after of those 5?
I think it's going to be Corey Seager.
You think Corey
He's a
Seager?
left-handed shortstop.
Left-handed
Hitting.
infielder, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that's not a lot of them, and he hits for power. He hits for contact. He's pretty quick, and he's got great defense.
Mhm.
And he's young still, so any team would be like, we can go after him.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Correa.
I think I gotta go Scherzer here.
Scherzer?
Everyone needs a stud pitcher, man. He's just about the best that you could get.
That's fair. Every team can use a Scherzer. I think it's going to be Correa just because I think he's the best defender out of all those middle infielders. He's got a serious bat on him, and I don't know. I just feel like he's going to be the most. He's going to be like he's the closest thing to the Manny Machado of this free agent class.
Yeah.
Not too. I put Chris Bryant as my second guy just because of his versatility. He
That's
learned
true.
this year.
He can go everywhere.
If I wouldn't have seen him on the Cubs play both corner outfielder, center fielder, shortstop, and third base,
Dude, he literally.
I would have been like, no, he's probably 5th out of the top 5 guys. But now that he can play all those positions and decently well, I feel like he'll have a bigger market than people expected because
he's versatile. He
Yeah.
can go everywhere, which is going to be a huge selling point for him and for Scott Boras, his agent.
Hopefully, man.
He's going to get paid, Bob, and he's
come
not going
back
to get
home.
paid by the Cubs. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, man. He's not
Going
going
to get paid by the White
Cubs.
Sox to be their second baseman.
True, and it's looking like
Or the White Sox to be their right fielder.
Oh, that'd be wild.
That'd be hilarious. That's not going to happen, though.
Yeah,
No, he's going to. I think he's going to stay out west.
yeah.
Don't know where, but I think he's going to
Seattle.
Let him go to watch him go to the Angels, and the Angels are going to have 3 superstars and still be bad.
And Joe Madden.
And Joe.
Yeah,
Madden.
dude, he goes back to Joe
You
Madden.
can go reunite with him.
Dude,
See
what if he goes to the Dodgers?
He won't.
He won't.
I hope not.
I will never root for him again though if he does it. That'd be such a Kevin Durant to the Warriors kind of
Yeah,
thing.
dude, that would be
Just
totally.
be bogus as hell.
Kevin Durant vibes.
I would
Ew.
be pissed. He'd get caught. The entire MLB community would be pissed at.
Oh
Brian
man,
if he did
Albert
that.
Pujols didn't get his ring.
Aw,
That's okay.
he's already got one.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
Or
he
2.
didn't get his last one.
I think just one.
Yeah, he's got a ring. He's fine.
Yeah, he's
Albert
rich.
Pujols will be in the Hall of Fame.
The
He's on
machine.
Dodgers. I don't care what he does anymore.
Yeah.
I stopped being a fan when he signed with them.
I mean, at that point, he was just trying to get one last ring
Yeah.
before he
I know,
retired.
but
yeah.
I'm gonna be over dramatic about it. That's just the way I'm gonna be towards that. But yeah, otherwise, man, moving on from the MLB, we got some NFL talk for you guys, specifically Chicago Bears. I wanted to lead off with that because for those who don't know, we're from Chicago, we're Bears fans, and we are just humiliated every Sunday.
Yeah.
It just
I'm not humiliated. Almost every Sunday, I get proven more and more right by my comments
Yeah,
I've
okay,
made
we get
all
it, Nick.
offseason of I don't care that Bears fans wanted Justin Fields to start. I knew that Matt Nagy wasn't ready to coach Justin Fields, and I knew the offensive line wasn't ready for him. But yeah, it's like, hey, let's just throw him in the fire and see if he doesn't get burned. Well, guess what? He's gotten burned every week he started.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I was ready for Andy Dalton for a year. I was advocating for Andy Dalton for a year. Just because Nagy's not the coach for this type of quarterback.
No, he's not.
He hasn't shown the ability to be the coach for that type of quarterback. Bears offense is not ready. Oddly enough, 7th best rushing attack in football, which means their run blocking is really good. But the second those guys need to pass block, it's like they don't know what they're doing. And, Fields he is not without sin in all of this. He does need to get better at throwing the ball away. He has to work on that mental clock with when it's time to leave the pocket. But most importantly, he needs to start learning how to pick up the blitzing linebacker because he's just not even calling it. Like he's getting fooled by defenses every Sunday.
He needs to learn how to hold on to the ball. I don't care how fast guys get in and hit you. I watched Sam Darnold in New York rarely fumble the ball in the backfield. Justin Fields fumbled the ball like 5 times on Sunday.
Yeah.
I think only 3 of them were turned over. 2 of them were turned over.
So
but
the problem is some of those are coming as he's like in his throwing motion, which is even easier to force a fumble.
Yeah.
Like when he's standing in the pocket and he's got both hands on the ball, all right, dude, you got to not fumble that ball. But when he's got the arm back and he's going through his throwing motion, it's all bets are off at that point.
yeah, I'm just saying he's got to be smarter. Like
And
you
dude,
can't just.
And that comes with feeling the pocket.
Yeah.
That comes with picking up the blitzing linebacker. Like you do those things and you're not fumbling the ball near as much. Young quarterbacks are known for these issues though. It's not like he's the first guy to show that he struggles in that aspect of the game. It's just it's so clear that he probably was not ready to become the starter. And, obviously injury sped everything up, but I think the Bears need to
We'll move away from Nagy. And also,
need to move away from
everyone
Nagy.
forgets how good that Bucs D line is. Like, you saw what they did to the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. Like, he was literally running out of that pocket every single play.
Yeah, but even then, the Eagles put up 22 points.
I know, and it was all Justin Hurts or Jalen Hurts running the ball. He did barely even threw that ball that game. But our O line is just so bad that you have no time. You literally have no time. And
I appreciate that Justin Fields likes to keep his eye downfield and try to find the pass. He's going to learn real quick though that he needs to learn, or like he needs to be able to tell when it's time to become a runner and not a passer. And you don't want your quarterbacks to develop as a run first option, obviously. And he's not. It's clear he's not doing that. But at some point, he needs to decide. All right, I'm going to become a ball carrier here, or I'm throwing the ball away. He's playing hero ball, which rookies always do. They always try and play it. Zach Wilson tries it. Trevor Lawrence is trying it. can't really say much for Mac Jones. I don't watch a ton of him, but he's not really doing that. That's a lot of soft, like a lot of easier passes for him in that offense. But they all do it. They play hero ball, and it's going to hurt you in the long run and in the short run, evidently, if you're the Bears and Justin Fields. But when I look at the Bears, I really do believe that they are pretty comparable to the Bengals in terms of talent on their team. I think the Bears have a better running game. O-lines, I'm going to say the O-lines are pretty similar, to be honest with you. They're both really bad O-lines. The main difference is coming from the fact that Jamar Chase is tearing it up. I think the Bengals have a better receiving core, at least in their when you look at their number ones. Jamar Chase versus Allen Robinson right now. This year alone, not speaking years past. Yeah. Obviously, you can't because Jamar Chase is a rookie. But who's playing better?
Jamar Chase is an absolute monster.
And that comes down to your chemistry with your quarterback. Him and Joe Burrow know each other like the back of their hands. It's like they don't even have to think about what the other guy's going to do. They just know.
Well, that's why they drafted him. You know what I mean?
And that's I was skeptical of that decision. It's clearly working out for them. They're the number one seed in the AFC,
which is usually the hardest division.
Yeah, it's like they're just doing really well. And the Bears have a better defense, in my opinion, better running game, quarterbacks. I think Fields has more physical talent. He just doesn't have the experience, and he hasn't gone through the learning process like Joe Burrow has. So that's where he kind of gets the edge. But all in all, this is a team that's very similar in like what they are on the field. It's young talent for the most part, good, solid defense. The Bengals defense is having a good year. Bad O-lines, and yet we have the Bengals succeeding, going 5-2, leading the AFC. Funny enough, one of their only losses is to the Bears. And then we have the Bears on the other end look like they can't get out of their own way. So that's when it comes down to coaching more than anything. So your coach, I don't think Nagy is properly utilizing the talent on the team. I'm not saying they're loaded with talent, but they have enough talent to put up more than 3 points against the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
If the Eagles can do it, the Bears can do it.
Yeah.
And the Bears, funny enough, again, two of their 3 wins are against the number 1 and number 2 seeded teams so far in the AFC. Bengals and Raiders are your top 2 teams.
Yeah, which is...
And the Bears had convincing wins over both of those. Now, the Bengals game was more of a defensive win, but... That was also Fields making his first serious appearance in the NFL, so you get a little bit of a pass for that. But I haven't seen enough improvement. Fields isn't. He's still making weird throws. He's still very loose with the ball. Sure, he's completing 70% of his passes. That's cool and all, but I mean he's attempting 17 passes a game. So
yeah.
It's just this is so clearly not the coaching staff for what you have on this Bears team. This Bears team is better than 3-4, and it's better than 2 embarrassing losses to the Browns and the Buccaneers. And I'm gonna even say it's an embarrassing loss to the Packers because of just how much they just failed to do anything.
Yeah. When they could have easily taken that game.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point
averaging 14.9 points a game right now this year.
That is god awful.
Averaging less than 3 offensive touchdowns a game.
When the season started, I was very anti-coach. At this point, I'm getting very anti-Justin Fields. He's not ready to be an NFL quarterback. I don't care what team you put him on, unless you put him on one of the best teams with the best offensive line. If you put him on the Chargers right now, I think he could succeed because of how good their receiving core is, how good their offensive line just works together, and how good their running back is. But at this point, Justin Fields needs to know that Allen Robinson doesn't have to be open to throwing the ball. Allen Robinson's one of the best wide receivers when he's covered. Justin Fields, I don't think targets him more than once or twice a game.
Oh, it's all him and Mooney are the ones with the connection.
That's it.
I don't think it's fair to call it anti-Justin Fields per se, because it's not like we're sitting here no, I never wanted Justin Fields on the Bears.
No, I'm not saying I'm just saying
clearly wasn't
for the
ready.
Season, I feel like at the start it's okay, the coaching wasn't ready. First game, no receiver ran more than 12 yards on the field. Okay, you're not going to win a game when you're playing like that. That's all coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've switched play calling. I feel like Matt Nagy still has an ear in the situation. He's in Bill Lazor's ear, clearly. But when it comes down to it, it's the guys on the field who are making the plays. Your coach can help you make plays, but it's definitely the guys on the field. Joe Burrow, for me, miles ahead of Justin Fields. Miles ahead of him in NFL experience and just physical ability at this point in time. Because Joe Burrow knows when to pull it away. He's he knows how to throw to his receivers that he has. He knows they give it to Jamar Chase. He knows that that's how he's going to succeed. Justin Fields needs to learn that. Yes, he's only a rookie, but Joe Burrow looked a lot better his rookie year. Justin Herbert looked a heck of a lot better than in his rookie year.
But that's why I break it down to coaching more than anything. Like Justin Fields, we're talking about a dude who has some of the highest like aptitude scoring and everything for the standard that they use to like grade how smart these players are going to be in the NFL. So he's smart. Obviously, test taking is different from putting it into practice and like showing it on the field. I don't think you have the coaches that are able to like help him learn properly.
Yeah.
I don't think he's learning anything from Matt Nagy. I don't think he's learning anything from Bill Lazor. I don't think this is the right coaching staff. No, I don't hate Bill Lazor per se. But I mean, you hear Justin Fields talking about how the first interception or whatever, he's told in this Bucs game, he's told that there's 12 guys on the field. Just snap the ball right away. There's 12 guys on the field. There weren't 12 guys on the field. Who's in his ear telling him 12 people are on the field? Like, it's stuff like that. If he doesn't see it, he doesn't see it. But you had him snap it. None of the receivers were ready, right? None of them knew because it came through his earpiece. It didn't come from the sideline. You have Nagy and Bill Lazor in his head, like with the earpiece, which means one of those two said 12 guys are on the field. I don't know who it was, but you hear 12 guys are on the field. You snap the ball. No one on your offense is ready for it except for you and your center. And then you just throw a really bad throw downfield to nobody.
Yeah, the same thing you have last week.
It's a combination of you don't have the right coaches there to help this kid, and he's not ready. And I think the Bears need to have the guts, like seriously need to have the guts to go back to Andy Dalton. Not because Justin Fields, you lost the starting job. It's because Justin Fields, we failed you as coaches and as a team. And for the sake of your career and long-term development, you need to sit back and watch how someone like Andy Dalton plays in the exact same situation. Yeah. I think Andy Dalton is going to make the smarter choices throwing the ball away. He's got the mental clock better for when it's time to leave the pocket. And if Fields can see that, then he's going to take from it and go, okay, so that's kind of how I need to adjust my game. I'm not saying he needs to play like Andy Dalton. Just saying you need to learn from a veteran quarterback more than he's been. But
at this point, dude, Nagy's had so many quarterbacks going through, so many options. No one's going to succeed. You're not a good coach.
No, I'm not saying not Dalton a good head succeed per se either.
I think this point, Dalton will have more success.
If we get one more embarrassing loss like that, Nagy, goodbye. Like, you need to just cut him loose. And
Nagy should have been cut loose already, in my opinion.
He's not coached on Sunday, so
yeah, he's got COVID.
I know
he's on the COVID protocol. And I'm not saying Dalton is going to I'm not saying Dalton's going to come in and suddenly the Bears are going to go on a roll, and next thing you know, we're a playoff team. But I think he's going to show Justin Fields how you play with the talent that is given to you, and how you read a defense. Like, you need to watch the nuances of how he is at the line of scrimmage before pre-snap. Justin Fields. No college quarterbacks get that anymore because they've got an entire coaching staff literally adjusting everything for them on the sidelines in college.
Yeah.
So he needs to sit back and watch how someone like Andy Dalton does it in the exact same position, and then he's going to take from that and learn how he needs to adjust his game. And the big thing is if he picks up the blitzing linebacker more often, you're helping your O-line. In turn helping yourself. That's a big thing, is reading the defense. He's not reading defenses. That's where he is being damned the most, because that's what's messing up everything else with the offense.
But either way, something's got to change, or this is going to be just a waste of the season.
Something's got to change.
And just because you think you have a flag, do not just throw the ball 50 feet in the air down the field.
That was another bad decision. But
that and the offsides. Okay, you think it's offsides, but look at every single quarterback who's successful in the NFL. They know when it is, and it's like, okay, you're not going to know when the flag comes out. You have to give your
guy a chance.
They almost always throw a good ball that has a chance of getting intercepted, but almost doesn't get intercepted, and almost always they get a catch.
You throw to the sideline on that situation. Yeah. And he's going to learn that stuff. And I'm not here to rip Justin Fields and say he's going to be a bust, because I don't think he will be. It's just that I think he's going through – you're seeing the rookie growing pains, and it's frustrating because you'd like to think that the coaching staff can help mitigate those for him, and I don't think these are the coaches to do it. He's got a lot of turnovers, and that's going to hurt you a lot. He's not the only guy with a lot of turnovers, though. I mean, we got – Zach Wilson and Pat Mahomes tied for the NFL lead right now in interceptions. The Chiefs in general as a team are just looking kind of rough.
Yeah,
you know,
dude,
I know you guys bought into them this week. You picked them in Bobby's bets and everything.
Oh yeah, I just
I didn't buy into them. I just said they were gonna have a bounce back week.
Yeah, I thought they were too.
I was
but
all in on the Titans though. That was my proud pick of the week. That was my mortal lock. I said it last week. That was my mortal lock.
At this point, man, you could just have Derrick Henry as that whole entire offense and no one else, and they would still win. Dude, he's
so good.
Insane.
I mean,
God, it just.
But even that game against the Chiefs, it wasn't just Derrick Henry takes over the entire field. Like the Titans were better at every aspect of the game.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Derrick Henry didn't pop off for 300 yards. It was, Derrick Henry made big runs. He had the passing touchdown.
Yeah. Don't forget about that passing touchdown.
Don't forget about that passing touchdown. Yeah. MVP's a quarterback award. There you go. He's got his passing touchdown.
Dude,
but they just didn't in general, it was a balanced attack. And they picked apart the Chiefs' defense, which everyone knows the Chiefs' defense is not very good. And Pat Mahomes, I hope he's okay with the injury and everything leaving the game. But once again, weird throws, awkward, questionable decisions, and just the Chiefs' offense, when that explosive play isn't there, they don't really – it looks like they don't know what to do when they can't break off a big 30-yard play every drive.
Yeah.
It's like they don't know the small ball aspect of football.
Their running game is just awful.
Yeah. So, I mean, Chiefs Nation, let us know what you think. But, guys, I got to ask, should the Chiefs be in panic mode right now?
Yeah, I'm hitting the panic button.
You're hitting the panic button if you're the Chiefs?
You're 3-4, and it's at this point you're expected to be...
3-game losing streak, I think they're on, too.
Yeah, they are. It's you're expected to be... first in your division, and you're sitting what?
Last place.
You have
the same record as the Bears, Chiefs. Same record as the Bears.
I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, and even if they do, they're gonna get rolled by either the Titans. They're either gonna get rolled by the Bills. I think the Bills are the best team in football. Period. Even though they lost to Titans last week, the Chiefs have no chance.
Cardinals, man.
The Cardinals
best team in football.
The Bills' defense is going to get so much better and better.
Just want this to be noted, Andrew. You said at week 8, if the Cardinals are undefeated,
I will eat my words.
You're gonna eat your words.
I'm already anticipating having to eat my words on Cliff Kingsbury, which sucks because I've been on that man for years, and finally it's he's like, nah, now it's all changing for me. I'm gonna be a good coach now.
Dude, such a good team, man.
They have such a good team. I still don't think Cliff Kingsbury's the reason for that team's success. But you know what? You're 7-0, possibly going to be 8-0. I think they will be 8-0 after next week.
I think football is much more impressive when you have all the weapons. Like basketball, I do not give a lot of credit to Steve Kerr as being a great basketball coach because he had just so much talent. But it's only 5 guys.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury is definitely making the team still work because I feel like if you put
anyone else out there, the system is so much more important in an 11-man offense. So I'm not going to take anything away from Cliff Kingsbury. The team is playing really well.
Yeah, as a whole, their defense is playing.
Everything is clicking. Obviously, he's got that locker room and everything working for him. So I'm going to give you a lot of props. I'm not going to apologize for saying you're a historic loser because this is your first winning record. You still aren't guaranteed a winning record just yet. But you're on pace for your first winning record, I think, in your head coaching career.
Hey, yeah.
But you know what? Hey, man, I give you props. I'll eat my words next week after you beat Green Bay. You better beat Green Bay. That's all I'm saying,
dude. They better.
But yeah, Nick, the coaching I think is a lot more of a factor in the NFL than the NBA. The NBA is 5 guys, and if you can get 5 of the best players in basketball on your team,
yeah, you're good.
No question. No doubt.
No doubt. No doubt. Just go play ball, bro.
Just go play ball.
You got this.
You got this, guy.
I'll be sitting over here.
Don't turn it over.
Hey, just look at me when you want me.
Basketball goes.
Just look at me when you want me to call timeout. I got you.
For the Chiefs, I don't know if I'm hitting the panic button, but I'm close, right? I'm taking the little glass cover off of the button at least.
Because dude, you got the Chargers, man.
There's just and the Raiders are playing really well.
I don't know. The AFC, the Raiders are very hit or miss, man. That's they
are hit or miss. It's gonna be tough when you how the rest of the season's going to play out because the Chiefs got to make a serious adjustment. Pat Mahomes, first off, needs to be healthy. I don't know if he's in concussion protocol or anything like that. I don't really know. But there's just if this is how your offense is going to look the rest of the year, and we already know your defense is doesn't look like they're going to be having any like come to Jesus moment here.
No, dude, their defense is getting absolutely beat up on.
You have to figure it's gonna be a dogfight for them to climb back into like some kind of dominance here.
And I mean, to be honest, like their offense isn't that bad. It's just like when your defense is giving up that many points, like
if the Chiefs' offense, when the explosive plays are taken away, and your defense is forced to play solid defense, and you have to play like that small ball kind of style of play, because almost any offense can go in and run the clock and like play what's it called, like clock control ball possession football.
Yeah.
And just kind of play slow, put up points and everything. If they can chew clock and everything, the Chiefs have to be explosive, and the explosive plays aren't there for them.
I mean,
and they're not going to be. They can't play from behind if they're not getting the explosive plays.
Yeah, it's like these teams have just figured it out. Like you go out there, you beat up on that defense, you go up by 14, and then you just coast and you just manage the game from there. Because at that point,
it's all about possession. Just control the clock at that point.
Yeah, pretty much they had a chance the Redskins did, or Washington football team, not the Redskins anymore. Yeah. They had a chance to win, except Mahomes just got a couple, early plays in the second half that
took the top off.
Yeah, and then the
wheels came off after that.
Redskins really kind of hold the ball for as long as possible.
The Redskins were in it for a little bit. They looked, even though the score wouldn't indicate it, the Redskins looked like they were going to. Did I say the Reds?
We are politically correct here,
My bad.
sir,
My bad. Wow. Okay, the football team.
For 19 years of our life, it
Come
was.
on.
It was
now it's
a
tough adjustment, all right? I apologize.
This is what, year 2? Year 3?
Year 2.
Year 2.
It's still weird, though. It's just... I would never call them their old name if they were the Washington Pilots or something. I would always
if there was a new name, fine.
But it's just like saying football team makes me feel like I don't know what their actual team is.
It's an honest mistake, Bobby. Come on. Give us a break. Give us a break, man.
No, it's okay.
No.
Either way, the football team, sounds goofy. Even though the score doesn't indicate it, at a point it did look like they were going to hang in there with the Packers. But it's one of those things again with Green Bay. If you keep them around long enough, you don't pull away fast enough, they're going to find a way to take the top off you, and they're going to beat up on you. They did it to the Bears. They did it to the football team. So that's just kind of what happens. But the Chiefs, explosive plays aren't there, and that's like a huge part of their offense right now. And their guys are just dropping balls. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not hitting the panic button, but if it keeps going this way, you're gonna have to hit it soon.
You really are, dude.
But moving on to the better teams of the AFC, just real quickly, like I said, you got the Bengals and the Raiders are your top 2 teams. Despite the Ravens playing really well, the Chargers playing really well, and the Bills playing really well, you got the Bengals, the Raiders, and then what is the Titans in there now because they're 5-2.
Yeah, Titans.
I think so.
I think it's a good mix of those teams though. I still think it's the Bills and the Titans. I'm sold on the Titans right now. I think those are your top 2 teams. Nothing against Lamar and Baltimore. It's just there's so many that team has so many injuries.
Yeah.
Is Lamar going to be able to go 17 games of carrying the load like he is?
Yeah.
I mean, he's bound to get fatigued. They had a bad game against the Bengals. You got to figure they're going to have a few more here or there along the way.
Dude, the Bengals are looking really good, man. Like, no one expected them. I thought.
No, I didn't.
I thought they would be the 3rd spot. Maybe they'll beat the Steelers out. But I did not expect them to be sitting at the top of the AFC North.
No, I didn't expect them to be doing that at all.
I expected the Browns, but the Browns.
I mean, Baker Mayfield's injury is going to be a huge hit right there.
I mean, they still won.
Oh yeah, I know they did.
They still
Case
won.
Keenum. That's why you pay Case Keenum.
Dude, I love Case Keenum, man.
They played the Broncos. Let's not go like he just beat a good team.
I know. He played
bad team.
Still, Case Keenum.
Yeah. Come on. Why are you hating on Case Keenum?
Case Keenum's a comfortable backup.
He got the Vikings a playoff win. All right.
Yeah. Minneapolis Miracle. Yeah. That's fine.
And then he went to the Broncos and was absolutely dog water.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
So it's like the nature of the beast.
He's Sam Bradford, man. Just 2.0.
No, Sam Bradford actually, Case Keenum had a really good college career. Never mind. He went to Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
Good old Case Keenum.
Yeah.
But whatever,
I think it's Chargers Bills. I think Bills for sure are the best team. I would say in football, maybe besides the Bucks, but they just played the Bears and like they're playing not great teams. So I'm not really ready.
Cardinals, man.
Yeah. So
yeah, dude, you're really sleeping on the Cardinals. What do you got
for
against
the Cardinals, it's not like they've showed me that they can compete with it with a high level defense and an offense
they beat up on the Rams.
They beat up on the Rams, man. What are you talking about?
I feel like the Rams.
What you talking about,
I
Will?
feel like the Rams.
That's a rough take, Nick.
The Rams just didn't play well that game. If they're playing against a team that's clicking well the whole time, like if they play against the Bills and the Bills are on fire, both offense and defense, I don't think the Cardinals stand a chance.
All right.
And that's a team that doesn't have a running back. I don't see them. They're not going to go undefeated for the year. They're going to lose a decent amount of games. And once they get to the playoffs and they're playing teams that are all of their toughest games of the season, I don't think they're going to play very well.
Okay. All right. You got your opinions on that. That's
Just
fair.
saying.
I'm not going to disagree with the Bills take.
Bills and Chargers are my two top teams.
But I think the Cardinals are better than you're giving them credit for. Bobby's doing some kind of research over there on the laptop.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they're not.
Bobby, tell me you got like a boom, boom.
Okay.
boom.
They beat the Browns 37-14. They beat the Rams 37-20. They beat the Titans 38-13.
They've got a good team, Nick. They've got a good team.
I'm not saying they have a bad team.
They got a good team.
They have a team that they can win in the regular season. I've seen the Packers dominate all regular season, then get bounced out in the first round.
Well, that's different. That's the Packers, man.
I'm saying that a team is a good team when they've proven it in the past. Like the Bills have proven that they can win playoff games. Their team is better this year than it was last year. They have a good team.
Okay.
The Rams got better with Matt Stafford coming instead of Jared Goff. They got better. The Titans are finally figuring out how to have a team. Justin Herbert, everyone thought was going to have a sophomore slump, is having equal to not if better year than they did last year. The Chargers have gotten much better. The Cardinals is still, I feel like, untested because they're having a very good first half of the season. Once they continue this for the whole season and then have a decent playoff run, okay, then they're a good team.
All right, next week I think we're gonna bring back debates.
Okay,
I want Bobby and Nick to be a debate.
About the Cardinals?
Yeah,
I don't have. Dude, football is not. I'm not debating Bobby on the Cardinals. I've already said everything.
Listen. All I gotta say is DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray, J.J. Watt, Buda Baker,
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz just added
scored
on
a
that
touchdown
team.
in his.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Hey, good,
I don't know,
good for
Nick.
Zach
I
Ertz.
can't get on board with you about the Cardinals. Maybe they'll choke in the playoffs.
I'm not saying they're a bad team. I'm just saying I'm not as high on them as everyone else is. I feel like me not putting them
AJ
as,
Green.
I feel like me not putting them as the best team in football doesn't mean it's like, oh, that's a wild take.
No. What I
7-0.
thought was a wild take is when you said they're untested. That's what I thought.
You know what it is?
I didn't say they were untested. I
Just-
said I
just-
feel like,
Okay, we're gonna run it back when we're done. I'm pretty sure you said untested.
I feel like they haven't
did
played.
say untested.
I said they haven't
untested.
played a complete team that's had a good game.
Rams.
I feel like the Rams did not play good when they played them.
Well, you can't judge them because the
That's
Rams
'cause-
had a bad game.
that's 'cause
You can
they
say
have
the
a good
Rams had
defense,
bad
man.
game because
Okay.
they played the Cardinals.
Okay,
That's
we'll-
a tough take, Nick.
Talk
I'm just gonna
differently
say it's a
next
tough
week
take.
after they lose to the Packers. And then we'll
All
see
right,
what
so
happens.
fine. Let's move into Bobby's bets then, because that's our first matchup on Bobby's bets. By the way, guys, Bobby's bets. I think it's time to rename it Nick's Picks or Mills Mortal Locks. I don't know.
Mills Mortals Locks? That's a mouthful.
That is
Who
the
wants that?
stupidest
I know.
title.
I'm gonna give every week. I'm giving my Mortal Lock of the week, guys. You should listen to me. I picked the Titans, and they embarrassed the Chiefs.
That's because they have Derrick Henry,
It
dude.
doesn't matter. Listen, that was my Mortal Lock.
If
and
the
it was
Bears
right.
had Derrick Henry, we wouldn't have lost 38-3.
I think we would have.
No, we wouldn't have, dude. You just hand that man the rock, dude. He's gone.
The Bears put up the first 100-yard rusher on the Bucks all season and still only got 3 points. What are you talking about? The Bears. Listen. At the end of the day, it wasn't the run. It's not like the running game didn't do its part against the Bucks. It was the passing game that.
I just want this to be noticed. Derrick Henry is the best player in football.
Derrick Henry's he's a dog.
He's
Derrick Henry, dog.
Yeah, dog. A absolute monster.
AJ Brown, dog.
No.
No.
Julio Jones, dog. Come on, it's the video.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You haven't seen? I'll have to show you guys that video. It's pretty funny.
Hey, yeah, that was a miss with us.
It was a miss.
Yeah, sorry about
Awkward
that.
silence.
Big
man.
win.
Bobby's bets.
Bobby's
Even though
bets.
I'm
Let's
still in
go.
last place, I'm under 500.
Bobby's. This is the week for Bobby. I
I'm
don't
coming
think
back.
So, but
all
he
right.
thinks so.
Nick is on the down and down like I was this week. So
But Bobby, you haven't hit the up and up yet.
hey, don't worry. Yeah, Nick's
I'm on the up and up.
Nick's coming down to earth.
Week.
All right.
What,
and
I think I finished 9-5 for the week.
yeah, and you actually didn't change any of your bets this time. At least I didn't double check it. So
I thought you changed some bets, Bobby.
no, I didn't change.
I didn't change any of
I
them.
put them in.
Either way,
on the show.
This week's Bobby's bets. Let's start with a Thursday night matchup here,
We
Bobby.
got
We got the
Packers
Packers
versus
we got
Cardinals.
the Cardinals.
Favored by 6.
Cardinals favored by 6.
Is this Bobby's bets or is this you? You're just kind of taking
Yeah, is
over
this
the show
Mills
here.
mortal lock?
No. I'm giving Bobby like the lead on the pick.
All right. So, as I said, Cardinals most complete team in football. I just want it to be known, Nick. And Packers, the secondary is still very beat up, and they have AJ Green and DeAndre Hopkins, so they're going to get absolutely beat up on
Why
them.
did you say AJ Green's first name first? Like he's the top talent there.
Hey, he's still pretty good, dude.
No, he's decent, yeah.
So
He's older.
you're taking the Cardinals.
Dude, I'm taking the Cardinals.
Cardinals
all right?
plus 6. Can we change that to like a 5.5 or 6.5?
No, man.
No, you can't have it an even number because then it
Can't
can be a
because then
tie.
you get a tie.
It has to be a 0.5.
No, it's 6.
I mean, I guess if you tie, it
We're
technically
going off
goes-
of fan duels.
Yeah, but we're not doing this because then who wins if it's a tie? We're having-
the what's it called? The team that took the under wins. So if the Packers lose by exactly 6, then that counts as them covering the spread.
Okay.
So that's how we'll do it. That's how that works. I looked that up because I was also like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna go with you, Bobby. There, I'm taking the Cardinals plus 6. I think Green Bay's finally gonna get brought back down to earth. Those smug SOBs.
Yeah. Have fun with your last dance, all right?
Yeah,
Rodgers
have fun
is
with
going to
your
be
last
gone.
dance, you cheeseheads.
I just want to be known. Little comment Aaron Rodgers said. He said he really likes Mike Tomlin, too.
That's good for him.
Maybe who knows? Maybe
He's not going to go to the Steelers.
I don't
Steel
think so,
City,
the
dude.
Steelers. Although I don't care. I want him to go anywhere other than the
Yeah,
NFC
exactly.
North. Just
All right.
He's going to go to Minnesota.
Please.
Dolphins versus Bills. Bills favored by 12.5.
13.5.
Yeah, 13.5. Sorry.
It's okay.
Dude, huge. That's a huge spread, but Dolphins are terrible. They just lost to the Falcons.
Tua is continuing to play
Reps.
horribly. I'm gonna have to take the Bills on that one. I did say last week that I'm not keen on really large spreads.
Yeah, you took the largest spread for the Cardinals.
And I was right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know.
well, that was different. It was the Cardinals against, I don't even remember.
Texans.
The Texans.
Yeah.
Duh, that's an easy one. Like,
That was
come on.
absolutely.
You could take it
was
plus 50 and I
it
won.
was 7-5 for a long time in that game.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
but hey, they
Yeah.
took off.
They had a bad half against the worst team in football. That
it
is
happens.
a dumpster
They
fire.
weren't on their A game for a half.
Oh,
Hey, don't worry. Ty God's coming back.
It
All
was,
right.
it was still fine. It all worked out anyways. I was
They
still
played
right
a
on
they
that,
played a
right?
4th string bum of a quarterback, and they still weren't playing that good.
Listen,
against
Nick,
them.
Nick,
the most
buddy.
complete team in football should have
Nick.
been up 60 by that point.
Nick, buddy, they still were able to go.
They still
over
gave
some-
up more points than the Buccaneers did to the Bears. So
Listen,
technically,
man.
the Buccaneers are a more
Listen,
complete
listen.
team.
All right,
Listen,
let's move on.
Listen, Linda. Listen. All right.
Listen,
I think we're all picking the Bills. We're
I'm
all
taking the
picking
Bills.
Yeah, we're all
taking
going
the
Bills here, dude. Tua is
Tua,
trash, dude.
It's
No,
not,
he's decent. It's just the team.
he's
Yeah, dude, he's bad.
Since he's come back, he's a heck of a lot better than Jacoby Brissett. They're okay.
Oh yeah, well he's. Listen, Tua's like at his best is an average quarterback,
Yeah,
which is not what you wanted in the 5th overall pick.
yeah.
Well, no,
Especially when Herbert went like 5 picks later.
exactly. I know.
That's what's so tough about it.
All right, Panthers versus the Falcons. Falcons favored by 3. Panthers are on a 3-game losing streak.
Sam Darnold's reverting to Jets. Sam,
Yeah, dude.
There's
and
a lot
he's
of
looking
ghosts.
Absolutely terrible.
he's seeing ghosts again. Not a fan of it, but
Dude, and what's going on? Dude, Robbie Anderson has not been doing anything.
Yeah, they're just really struggling as a team. With that, I mean, I got to go with the Falcons on this one. I think the Falcons. I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to put up a ton of offense. They're just not. They're not clicking right now on the offensive
Yeah.
side of the ball.
And Kyle Pitts is looking like an absolute
And I think the Falcons are starting to find their
Sorry.
I think the Falcons are kind of starting to find their stride on offense a little bit here.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I got to take the Falcons +3 there.
Eagles versus Lions. Eagles favored by 3.5.
Listen, man, Lions.
Eagles. Jalen Hurts is
Hey,
coming.
I'm going Eagles, man.
That's fine.
I really like Jalen Hurts.
The Lions are not my mortal lock of the week. Just saying.
I want to point out that I'm going to pick the Falcons. I wasn't offered, my chance to say.
Oh, sorry.
But the Atlanta Cordarrelle Pattersons, as I would like to call them, because he just does everything.
I know, dude. And I drafted Mike Davis in 2 of my leagues, and he's just like.
Either way, Eagles, Lions. You guys are going Eagles.
Yeah, we're going Eagles, man.
I'm thinking the Lions are. I think the Lions are getting their first win this week.
You've been saying this. Man.
I said that for one other week prior, and
I said that for 2 weeks in a row, and I gave up.
Yeah, Nick's giving up on
I said
it.
they were going to cover the spread. This time,
I gave up when they went to the Rams.
I was like, that team's not giving up. They had a good game against the Rams.
Yeah, I know they did.
I think they're close, and I think the Eagles are the perfect team for them to go in and beat and get that first.
I think they're going to get absolutely destroyed by the Eagles, and then next week they're going to get their first win. It'll be like a random thing of like,
yeah, like you're gonna just go like,
it'll be like, wow, they've had having a lot of good weeks in a row. They're probably going to beat a team that's kind of not great, and then they're going to get blown out. You're like, okay, yeah, they're going 0-17, and then next week they're going to play a team and bam. They're going to win by 40. You're like, what happened?
This week's going to be the week that Andrew gets completely destroyed. I'm calling it.
What do you mean? We have the same picks outside of one matchup so far.
I hope.
I mean, I was going to get one more right than you. He's going to pick the Lions.
Like, got your ass. I'm like, oh, man.
All right. Titans versus Colts. Titans favored by 1.5.
Easy. Titans, no problem.
Titans all day.
That is a disrespectful.
I will say if it was
Tennessee
6.5.
Derrick Henry's, man.
If it was 6.5, I would have a chance of maybe arguing for the Colts. But
I would have taken the Colts to cover if it was.
But 1.5 points. That's a field
points.
goal. I feel like they're definitely going to win by a field goal.
Yeah, they're gonna. They should win by a field goal. This is a disrespectful spread right there. After what the Titans have been doing, like, come on, how dare you?
Like you just
Colts. Sure, the Colts beat the 49ers, but that's not saying much. The 49ers are scrubs in their own right.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
bona fide scrub.
Bona fide scrub.
And then we go into the next matchup here, an actual scrub team. Right? We got
Rams.
the Texans going. Is it going into LA?
Rams versus Texans.
No,
so
in Houston.
In Houston.
In Houston.
All right.
Rams
either way,
favored
home
by
field don't mean nothing to
14.5.
the Texans. 14.5 is the spread, correct?
Yes.
And Ty God could be back though.
No,
So that could be a factor.
that ain't changing shit for me, man.
You put a lot of faith in the Lions every week. I will go with the Texans back-to-back weeks.
Texans?
You know what, Nick? I'm with you.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
I got
Join the train.
This could be it, guys.
Join the train.
Maybe I'll switch just so I can't.
My whole thing was
I can't lose a game on you guys.
if the Texans were somehow covered the spread against the Cardinals, that would have been the greatest thing ever if I picked it. I'm gonna do it again because you know what? For 2 quarters of football, I was like, I'm a genius. I picked the win for
Yeah,
sure.
by no means do I think the Texans are going to win this game.
No.
I'm just hoping that.
I'm just hoping they lose by exactly 14.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
No,
hoping for.
I don't think they're gonna cover, man. It's just. I don't think so at all.
Hey, Ty God, man, believe in him. All right.
Listen, it's nothing against Ty God. I'm just not believing in him.
Bengals versus Jets though. Bengals favored by 10.5.
Easy. Jet or Bengals.
Jets.
Easy. I'm gonna say both teams because I really don't know.
No,
Yeah.
Bengals by 10.5. Like I said, I don't normally pick large spreads, but these are some bad. I mean, the Jets lost 54-3.
Yeah, and Zach Wilson's now out.
Well, actually, that's right. Joe Flacco's probably going to
No,
play.
they said no. He's gonna be the backup.
Get out of here.
Mike
Who's
White.
What?
Mike White is gonna be their starting.
Oh
quarterback.
man,
Yeah, dude.
Bengals by 1,000.
Yeah, dude. You honestly at this point
Bengals by 10.5.
You have to take the Bengals.
Is my mortal lock of the week.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that is an easy one.
Fine, I'll change my mortal lock then.
All
even
right.
though that guys.
No,
that's a mortal lock.
I'll allow you to. I'm just saying, like that's a good one to pick as a lock of going to happen.
That's like just cheating. Yeah.
I don't think it
I
is.
don't think it's cheating. It's a 10.5 point spread. That's a big spread still.
Yeah, but Mike White. Who's Mike White, man?
Listen,
Who is he?
I was picking this when I thought Joe Flacco was going to be the guy.
No.
They were going to be my mortal lock of the week, no matter who was the quarterback. Tom Brady can be in there. I was still going to lock in the Bengals.
I would have picked that.
Yeah,
Well, that's how confident I am in Joe Burrow.
I think the Bengals are going to have a bad week, but I still think they're going to win by over 10.5.
Yeah,
which
dude.
is just,
So-
that's just how much faith I have in the Jets just being terrible.
being bad.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Jets.
And now we go into is it going into Cleveland or going into Pittsburgh?
Cleveland.
going to the dog pound, bro.
Going into the dog pound, we got Cleveland hosting the Steelers.
Browns favored by 3.5.
3.5 is a small spread. I mean,
But-
backup quarterback, bad play from the Steelers.
Is it Nick Chubb who's coming back, or is it?
I think Kareem Hunt's coming back.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah. So, I mean, you got your running back.
Landry's
That's a tough
back.
one.
Odell Beckham's probably out.
Steelers have a good D though, man.
I'm going to start
think-
out. I'll just pick it. I'm going to pick the Steelers because of.
I was thinking the
Najee.
Steelers, but isn't Juju done?
Out for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Juju's
dude.
out for the season.
Gone.
I don't know who their next receiver is.
Claypool?
Dude, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool,
Oh,
James
yes, forgot about
There's
Washington,
a new
Eric
TikToker.
Ebron, Pat Fryermuth.
Najee Harris. You know what?
I'm picking Najee Harris again.
Dude, I can name all the Steelers players.
Yeah, I know. It's because you
Mike
like,
Tomlin.
you basically, never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Well,
I'm-
Jake likes them, so you know what?
Yeah, and you like Jake.
yeah, no.
Happy birthday, Jake! By the way.
Oh yeah, happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday, Jake.
Happy birthday to Jake. You guys don't know Jake. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers on this one though.
Same.
I don't.
I'm going with the Najee Harris. team.
It's not that I doubt
Um,
Case Keenum, but I just think the Steelers. I don't know, man. The Steelers. I think the Steelers are going to be able to pull it off. I view this very similarly to what the Seahawks Steelers matchup was.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to have a very similar outcome.
I'm going Browns here.
You going Browns?
I'm going Browns.
Going
I like
Browns.
Kevin Stefanski, man. He's a great coach. He's going to just ground and pound and
Okay.
get that dub.
I am like mistyping my letters. Like
Yeah,
crazy.
you keep typing my
put
initial
you-
next. I'm like, who is picking my picture? It's always
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
picking.
Next
All
is
right,
like-
and then
we got
the Chicago Bears, baby, hosting the 49ers. Bobby, what's the spread? Fill us in.
3.5.
3.5 is the spread. What are you thinking?
Not the Bears.
Bears.
Not the Bears.
I have gone against the Bears twice. Not again. They'll beat the 49ers.
I'm going with the Bears, baby.
You're going Bears?
Bears at home.
Maybe.
Bears at home. Jimmy Garoppolo plays like dog water. Trey Lance, even worse.
The Bears
And
have
he
been
might not
able to
even be
win.
healthy.
The Bears have been able to win against bad quarterback play. That's where they've gotten their wins. The only reason they beat the Bengals when they played the Bengals is because they got 3 picks on 3 throws by Joe Burrow,
All right.
and they still almost lost the
All right,
game
you know
because
what?
of Justin Fields. So
I'll put the Bears. I'm going against my better
This man's
judgment
gonna
here.
pick every team we pick. He's gonna be like, I'm a bird.
so he's like, I gotta cover my ass right now. I'm down 7.
Here-
I
here's
just
what I-
picked the Browns.
No, I know. Here's what I will say about this
I
Bears
just picked the
49ers
Bears.
game.
But, man, what
If
you
the
talking about?
Bears come out and look like complete ass again, then I'm going to. That's it. Nagy's lost the locker room. This team is like throwing in the towel for the
but
season.
Nagy's not even there.
Yeah, dude, Nagy's not even there. That's probably the best advantage we could have. Nagy
I'm
is
just
gone.
saying. I'm just saying. If there's no bounce back after this week, because we saw a bounce back after the Rams, we saw a bounce back after the Browns.
game.
So if there's no bounce back after this week, then that team's done. Like I don't have any faith in them to pull anything off for the rest of the year. So this is going to be a huge indicator of what this team is going to do going forward.
If they lose to San Francisco, Justin Fields better not play another game unless
Sit
Andy
him.
Dalton gets hurt. Not for the simple fact that he's bad. It's just if you go down 3 and because it'll be 3 and 5 then,
Yeah.
and you lost to the 49ers,
Who is
who George Kittle's hurt. Their defense has been not a shell of what it used to be. There's no way you're making the playoffs.
but Debo Samuel, man.
Yeah, I'm just
I don't
saying,
care,
if
dude. They
you
don't
lose to
have
the
a good
49ers,
quarterback either.
I know, but Debo Samuel's been doing
I don't
real
need to
good.
see Justin Fields get hurt 19 times every game or hit 19 times and end up having a Joe Burrow injury where, Joe Burrow came back from it, but not everyone does. So,
Yeah, no, I agree.
If they lose the 49ers, bench him for the rest of the season
Yeah, the season's
just for
already,
safety for
season's
him.
already done. If anyone,
Season's done. Listen. All I'm saying is the wheels are coming off. Like if they don't have a bounce back game, that's it. It's all downhill from there for the Bears franchise. But I'm still
the Bears franchise.
I'm still going to roll with them. Put my faith in them for another week.
All right, Jaguars versus Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 3.5.
Jags.
Trevor Lawrence, Jags.
Jags.
Dude, all right. Urban Meyer got his 1 win. All right. He's been partying for the last 2 weeks.
Seahawks haven't been doing great.
Hey, Seahawks won last week. So.
Yeah, against the Steelers.
They covered the spread against, or you're talking about last week?
Yeah, last week. The Saints. They played the Saints.
Yeah, they lost to the Saints.
They lost to the Saints.
yesterday.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They covered
they
the
did.
spread,
What?
Bobby. We got that right because they covered the spread, not because they won. They put up 10 points. They do not have a good offense. Not saying the Jags have a good defense, but like I like to think the Jaguars are going to be able to do a little bit more on offense.
With Geno Smith and not Russell Wilson out there, the Seahawks look very similar to the Bears did earlier when like they have great defense, but if they're constantly on the field, they start to struggle. And I feel like there's a chance that Trevor Lawrence finally has a good game.
I think this is going to be a low scoring game.
I feel like it's going to be a very low
I'm
scoring
thinking
game.
we're going to see like a 17-14 or like a 20-14.
But
Lamar Jackson's my fantasy quarterback and Trevor Lawrence is my backup, so I'd prefer like 3 touchdowns from him because I need to win.
Why?
So,
oh, they're on a bye this week?
yeah, Lamar's on a bye, so I got
good
Trevor
luck
Lawrence
to you,
as my
man.
starter.
Good luck. I don't know about that one, but
Yeah,
I'm going with the Jaguars.
I'm taking Seahawks, man.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Patriots versus Chargers. Chargers favored by 5.5.
Listen, we don't need to dive into this one. Chargers.
Yeah,
It's not even a touchdown spread. It's going to be at least a touchdown game.
Yeah, I think we could safe to say Chargers.
Yeah, safe to say. This one's a tough one here, though. We got the Washington football team and the Broncos. Right?
Broncos favored by 3.
I'm going with the football team.
I think the football team's a better team than the Broncos, so I feel like they should be favored. But
Taylor Heineke, man.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like
2-glove Teddy's not doing it.
He had some bad drops against Green Bay.
Yeah,
Some game-changing drops.
Talk about 2-glove Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm going Broncos, man.
Oh, I thought you said Terry.
No,
For
Terry McLaurin.
Scary Terry, bro.
That's scary, Terry.
Yeah, come on.
Gotcha. I'm going with you're going Broncos, Bobby?
I'm gonna go Broncos.
You're gonna have another bad week, man. Bucks Saints. Bucks favored by 5. Another no question.
Yeah, that's a no brainer.
That's an easy one. I'm not even going to waste my time talking about it.
Cowboys Vikings. Cowboys favored by 2.5. Dude, Cowboys have been
on
a tear. I did call
offense
this
has been so
that
good.
they were gonna win the NFC West, or not
the
NFC East. Yeah, what am I saying?
The West. I'm like, this
And dude,
Thanks, okay.
if you look at the drop off, they're 5-1, and then everyone else is 2-4.
Oh yeah, no, the Cowboys are going to run away with that division. That's no question.
I will be very honest. I'm going to pick the Vikings, not because I'm actually confident in them. I'm very unconfident going against the Vikings. I thought for sure Carolina plus 1.5 was going to take them, like just easily win.
Easy.
No, they lost in overtime.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Vikings are going to get to overtime. So hopefully the Vikings don't lose.
I don't know, man. Cowboys offense is looking really good.
Yeah, hopefully Dak's calf.
I'm going to
he'll
put
be
my
back.
faith. I not put my faith. I think the Cowboys are going to pull that one off. 2.5. That's a field goal. They should be able to win by field goal.
Oh yeah,
I feel like you're going to win by 1, or for somehow the Vikings are going to pull it out and win.
Well, in a 2.5 spread, you almost need the Vikings to win. That's more likely.
That's what I'm saying.
Less than 2 than a less than 3 score.
I'm saying Vikings will win by 1, so I'll still win, or then Vikings will win.
All right, Giants versus Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 10.
Listen, Giants still aren't good.
Yeah,
I don't care what they did to the Panthers.
Yeah.
10 is a large spread.
and
I'm
the
inclined
Chiefs
to
just
doubt
got
it,
embarrassed.
but they just got embarrassed. Well, I guess this all kind of hinges on Pat Mahomes' health.
It really does. You know what? I'm gonna be bold this week.
You got to be.
Danny Dimes, bro.
You gotta be
Danny
bold.
Dimes.
You gotta be
All right,
bold,
let's lock
man.
that
Listen,
bad boy in.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it, Bobby. All right. I was bold last week with the Titans.
Yeah. Hey,
I feel like that wasn't that bold. This is way more bold.
This is way more bold.
Giants aren't going to win at all, but they're going to cover the spread.
They'll cover the spread.
I'm not confident in picking the Chiefs for plus 10.
Yeah,
or
dude.
for minus 10.
See, exactly. And Pat Mahomes might have a concussion. He might be out. So who's their backup?
The problem is it's still the
I think it's
Giants.
the Gatorade cooler because they don't have enough money to pay the backup.
Exactly.
I don't think the Giants are
You're
particularly
going to see
good,
Cheeseburger.
Andy Reid's going to be out there.
just-
Cheeseburger Eddie.
Oh, yeah, dude. What am I saying? Ate himself out of the NFL. That's still the funniest thing. Dude, how are you in the NFL and you just literally eat yourself out of it? That's a Packers running back for
Good
you.
old Eddie Lacy, man. He ate his way out.
But that's Bobby's bets for this week.
That's Bobby's bets for this week.
Nick is still in first place. And
I'm chasing you, man. I'm right.
I had an absolutely abysmal week last week.
You had
I'm
a
still in
bad
first.
week.
That's
You're
just
still in
embarrassing.
I had a bad week too. I mean, I'm under.
I had a good week. I made a huge jump. I got really close to you, Nick.
I'm feeling confident this week.
True, but we don't know if Andrew's changing his picks. So I mean,
I'm not changing my pick. You're gonna say that all you want, Bobby. You'll still finish last place in this Bobby's bets, and then it's gonna get a new name when it's all said and done.
yeah. All right, fine. We'll bet that on the line.
The name of the segment.
The name of the segment is the winner of this season.
That's fair.
All right.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
I like it.
Air shake, boys.
Mill's Mortal Locks are coming to you guys next.
I won't allow that to happen though.
No, I'll come up with something better than
Mill's
that.
Mortal Lock.
I was just doing that.
I hope it is.
It's not like a
just doing
Dungeons
that
and
to be an
Dragons
idiot.
character.
I know.
Mill's Mortal Lock.
Mill's Mortal Lock of the week.
All right, so I feel like we're kind of running out of time this episode. We kind of covered more football than we probably wanted to. We want to talk college football or NBA?
Let's just go NBA. College football, guys. The longest college football game in FBS history. U of I fighting Illini versus Penn State Nittany Lions. Illini with the huge upset. Nick, Illini Nation.
Yeah.
Rep
for a
them.
Year and a half.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I was about to say a year.
Oh, give me that extra.
Yeah, I gotta give you that
extra semester.
Give him that half.
Yeah.
But yeah, 9 overtimes, pulled it off. Really sloppy overtime. Funny. It was
Yeah, and then Illinois
neither team
quarterback
wanted to
broke
win
his
that
arm.
game, but shout out to him. That was a huge win for them. Pretty exciting stuff. I always like watching upsets, unless it's against teams that I'm rooting for.
No, I still root for
the
upsets.
dogs.
No, I can't root for an upset of Georgia.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I will every time.
No, dude, come
You.
on.
The only
you're
upsets-
you on me. You're you and I'm me. That's just what it is.
That's fine.
All
I'm gonna
right.
say only upsets I don't root is when my perfect bracket's perfect. I don't want any upsets that I didn't pick. And then as soon as it's not, I want every 16 seed to win.
Oh, well,
That's
duh.
just all.
Obviously, that's March Madness. That's different.
Yeah.
It's a little diffy. But yeah, we don't really need to go over too much.
I mean,
There's
top
college
five.
football.
Top five looks pretty much locked at this point, though.
Yeah, top
Like,
5.
I mean, unless barring any crazy upsets, I think this is going to be our top 5 coming into the playoffs.
Yeah, but you know what? With that, we'll jump into the NBA here. Bulls looking good, Nick. That hot take, I'm liking it. I'm liking it more and more. 3-0, right?
4-0.
4-0.
They won last night.
They won
almost
last
lost
night.
it, but they beat the Raptors. They beat this first team that I feel like people are going to be like, oh, they're finally beating good teams. It's still the Bulls. If you look at the team last year, they would have probably been 2-2, maybe 1-3, even playing the same 4 teams that they played. So yeah, I understand that it's really bad teams they're playing. Like they beat the Pistons, who have no one. So it's like, okay, yeah, they should
Cade
win that.
Cunningham
They
not
should
even
win
playing.
those games,
He's
but
not even playing?
I don't think so. They're not playing as much as he was expected to.
Yeah.
But
you would expect the number 1 overall.
good teams beat teams they're supposed to beat.
Right.
So they're 4-0. So it's like you still have to give them credit for being 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they look good. Offense seems to be really smooth.
Yeah.
If one guy's off, the other ones are picking up for him.
Finally,
Defense,
Zach LaVine can have just an 18, 19-point game, and they'll still win.
Yeah.
He's had every game he's had has been over 20 points, but he
Yeah.
struggled in the first half, and DeMar DeRozan just picks it up.
yeah, the defense has been pretty solid, albeit not perfect. I
And
watched
Lonzo Ball, man.
Lonzo Ball is making a huge difference on
Yeah.
that team.
Triple-double. Already.
Exactly, man.
Yeah,
I
know.
want his
I mean,
jersey.
they're just they look like a good team, and the defense, in my opinion, is only going to be getting better.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I think they're only going to get better. They looked good against the Pistons. It was a block party over there. And Lonzo Ball's got such good hands on defense, man.
Dude,
He's sneaky on defense. It's a good team. The Bulls, they're off to a hot start this year. Makes you want to watch the NBA some more. And I'm not a big NBA guy.
The Ball brothers, Lonzo Ball is leading the Bulls to 4-0, or I mean, leading as in point guard, not like obviously the best player on the team. And then LaMelo, 3-1 for the Hornets, which is, I mean, that's good for them.
You know, LeVar's chilling in his office, just like, I told y'all.
yeah, but dude, the other,
I am inevitable.
the other brother got signed and then he got cut.
Yeah.
I am inevitable.
Yeah. So until that
Well, yeah,
last,
but
last piece makes
LiAngelo
it,
never had a chance, according to LeVar.
Yeah, especially
told
once he stole
LiAngelo
stuff in
that-
China. And then it was like, oh, not only are you not as
LiAngelo
good,
never had a chance, man.
yeah,
He's just not that good.
that's,
he's just not that guy.
you're
He's
not
not that guy, pal.
You're not that
He's
guy.
not
yeah.
that guy. Sorry to hate to break it to you, but
AARP Lakers.
Not looking hot.
Yeah,
They got their first win in that fight they had because they fought whoever they played. I can't remember. I really don't watch the Lakers that much. I'll be honest.
I just saw
Not
that they
good.
got their first win, and I was like, okay, 4 games into the season, you're just getting your first win.
Hey, they're
So
seasoned
they're
veterans.
definitely in the running for the colder teams at the
I
start of
think
the
so.
season.
Yeah.
Cold, ice cold.
The LA teams have just not been doing well. I think the Clippers and the Lakers are both in the between 10 and 15 in the West, which is kind of embarrassing.
Well, I mean, I think the East is a little worse, but I don't know. I listen, Nick.
They're getting
Football's not
closer.
your sport. Basketball's not mine.
They're getting closer.
It's not.
They're getting closer and comparable to East and West again. It's just I feel like LA is just such a mecca of basketball now. Like everyone says New York's the mecca. Chicago definitely is should be the mecca of basketball just because of Michael Jordan and the Bulls. But LA, they have 2 teams that play in the exact same stadium. And
Yeah.
they should be okay, at least one team's always good. And this year they're both they're gonna finish in the top. They're gonna be playoff teams. But for right now, it looks embarrassing in the Staples Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I don't like them.
Sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. That's the way of life.
And they be down right now.
Yeah, they'd be down,
bad.
man. With that.
Also, this isn't in our thing, but good news for sports or Bulls or Chicago sports. Bulls are doing good. Matt Nagy's not coaching this Sunday, and Stan Bowman has been fired.
Stepping down as GM because of some scandal from 2010. I don't like Stan Bowman. Never liked Stan Bowman. Glad to see that he stepped down.
But we're on the up and up.
Stan, screw you.
Stan's gone. Nagy's gone for a week.
Yeah, he's gone for a
Hopefully
week.
for an entire season if he gets fired.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like even if they lose this game, he won't get fired. But then,
We got COVID. We can't fire the man.
yeah. I wasn't there. That's what happened. And then he's gonna come back next week, and then same thing.
Yeah.
At that point, it's gonna be like Nagy.
It's whatever, man. Outside of the Bears and the Blackhawks and the Cubs. Okay, so that doesn't leave many teams. Okay, well, the Chicago Sky won the WNBA championship. Shout out to Candace
Parker.
Parker?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Dude,
You were so confident that the whole first name and 2/3 of the last
on,
name.
I got to the par part and I was like, Parker or Palmer? Come on, man. Give me something. All right? I wasn't at the parade. Sorry.
What are you thinking of Kiki Palmer or what?
I don't know, dude. I thought that's not Palmer. Listen, it's an honest mistake. Whatever. Nick, just
Hey, but
close.
okay.
hey, clap it up for her,
Yeah, clap it up.
Yeah.
like I said, all right,
Nick's question of the week.
I was going to
though.
add a thing about the WNBA.
Go for it.
People will say, okay, yes, WNBA team versus any NBA team. Of course, the NBA team's going to run away with it. But winning an NBA championship, winning a college championship of any sport, you're playing against the best people in your sport. So to win the championship for whatever sport you're playing, you're beating the best players at your level. So that's still impressive. You're
Yeah.
still,
Give them credit, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
Let's not
I
laugh
just-
at them. That's not fair.
and I feel like they're finally getting
I
more.
kind of chuckled when I saw no one at the parade. I'm not going to lie. I did laugh at the pictures. But you know what? I'm not sitting here like, I felt bad. Listen, I
Bulls are on
actually
the up and
felt
up.
bad seeing that there was no
Yeah.
turnout at the parades. I chuckled, yes, I'll admit that. But when all's said and done, I did feel bad about it.
Yeah.
WNBA on the up and up. I think this is going to be their first year they're going to make positive money. So there's a chance in the future that the NBA won't have to keep the WNBA alive. They'll be able to sustain themselves, which is great for just the sport of basketball in general.
Yeah, which, hopefully it works out that way. But before we throw it to Nick's question of the week, Nick, is there any update to the World Series game 1?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot to check. I got just so enthralled in the Cardinals not 5-0 for the Braves.
Chop them down, baby. We chop over here in the garage.
It's the third inning.
Chop.
It's only the third inning.
Tomahawk Nation, baby. Chop.
I'm still not eating my words. Astros in 5.
Yeah, way to stick to your... I'll give you credit, Bob. You stuck to your guns on
I'm
that
sticking to my
one.
guns.
It's going
man.
to change by next Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see. But
Astros in 5.
all
After
right,
there's-
so Braves up 5-0 in the third. I'll give him one more tomahawk chop. And Nick, what's your question of the week?
Question of the week, sports related again, but not about any real life sports. What is the best sports video game that you played growing up?
Oh, I already know, man.
Because I have 2. One's nostalgia and one's just the greatest sports game of all time.
Okay, let's hear yours first.
Nostalgia wise, NFL Street 2. I could pick
Oh
that.
my
Dude,
god,
that
was my game. I was
No
going
way.
NFL Street.
Nostalgia
NFL
wise,
Street
I
2.
could pick up that
I
game
played-
anytime in my life.
I
and pick
played
that
the
up.
crap. If they remastered that
Dude,
game right now,
that was
I would
what-
drop copious amounts of money.
That was literally we played
I
that
would
game
buy it,
for
though.
years.
So did
Like,
me and
All of
my
our
friends.
friends, all of
Yeah.
our friends are my cousin AJ as well. Him and I played the like season mode like crazy.
Me and Brandon did the whole
I
time.
loved NFL Street.
the
Those,
4-on-4 mode.
Oh.
So amazing.
bring back NFL Street.
NBA
please.
Street too. Yeah,
NBA Street wasn't bad,
It
but
was
NFL Street was like
it was just something else.
it was something. about that game.
Madden tried to do it, but it's
It didn't work.
Yeah.
So we really all said NFL Street.
I said nostalgia factor. The greatest
Okay.
game, the better sports game ever made. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, hands down.
I like
can't get better
I
than
like
that.
the skate.
yeah, dude.
games,
I like
just-
skate.
Nah, This is like
it's
the
too-
Hall of
it's-
Meat or
it's-
whatever when
Well,
you would
okay,
just-
yeah,
that
that was a
fun.
good one. But
Skate,
it was the
skate 3, man.
the arcadiness of Tony Hawk, where you could just be like, I'm gonna do a trick that no one in the history of skateboarding will ever do. But like,
Oh yeah, of course. Like it's an. I think that's equal to me. That's the nostalgia game more than NFL Street. I had more fun playing NFL Street.
No, I've played Tony Hawk probably for.
I know you still play Tony Hawk.
I played it for probably like over as many hours. Like I can't even think of how many hours I played.
See, that's me with
Oh,
Skate
no.
3. Like I
Tony Hawk
honestly,
Pro Skater 3
Bobby did play
on the
Skate 3 a
PS2.
lot.
yeah.
I have beaten it 6 times, and 4 times I've beaten it with every single character in the game and all the secret characters in the game. That's how much I played that game. I played it so much more than NFL Street 2.
Jeez, dude.
And I played it-
man. It's a fun game.
it's gonna get
NFL
remastered.
Street 2. Something about the
So
NFL
fun.
Street games. Like
Next,
that is
so-
just
so-
those are the games, man.
Deluxe edition for sure.
It's a remastered one of 1 and 2. Good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, all right.
I played all the time.
All right.
I was gonna say this
I've
man's
beat it
still
with
beyond-
94% of the
I'll
characters.
just check my friends list on PlayStation, and this man's over there, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I'm like,
All right,
this-
I'm gonna have to get it.
It's amazing.
But
It's worth it, dude.
Skate
It's
4,
fun.
they're making a Skate 4, boys.
okay.
If Skate
I
4,
probably
and I'm
won't
gonna be
get
honest,
it, but
if Skate 4 and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 remaster come out at the same time, no way I would spend any money on Skate 4 before I buy Tony Hawk.
Nah, I'm
Pro
buying
Skater
Skate
3.
4. Skate 4, dude, Skate 3
That's fine.
was
We'll come over to your house. We'll play Hall of Meat, and then you come over to my house, and we can relive this nostalgia of just Tony Hawk.
I just want NFL Street 2 to come. I just want the NFL Street series to come back. Now that's all my mind's on.
Yeah, they're not.
We'll have to
I know
like
they won't, but it's a shame.
one of our
Yeah,
podcasts.
it's a
We'll have
shame.
to just
Like
do
a
it like a
game,
Saturday.
bro.
I got my
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 still. We can have a little tournament.
Do you have NFL
Street
Street?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Because I don't
we
have
gotta
any of
come
my
on.
PlayStation 2. Yeah. Wait, we can. Oh, I don't know if that TV will work.
Dude, Nick has a whole man cave in his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go play NFL
That's
Street
fine.
2. We're gonna do it.
I was gonna say we'll film some of it.
100%. We
Yeah,
can do
trust me, I've spent a whole week in his man cave. It's amazing.
I know you. I know. But yeah, is that it for us, guys? That
Yeah.
wraps it up.
I thought there was gonna be some more debate on that. I'm
No,
sorry.
we all
No.
were on. We were all on
We're-
the same
we're
page,
on-
which is
on
weird.
the
We-
same-
Guys, we did not. We don't know the question until it gets
Food
asked.
questions are very controversial. So I got to bring those out every once in a while.
Yeah,
I
We'll
feel
come
like
up with another good one.
we'll yell about that for 20 minutes.
Yeah, we can go on about food, man.
Yeah, I'm about to go get wings right after this, and you know what I'm gonna dip them in?
Blue cheese.
No, you sicko. Ranch, all right? Ranch.
Where
But at
you
least
gonna
you're
get-
dipping them
where
in
you gonna get the
something.
wings from?
Oh, the whistle?
Oh,
That's
okay.
not bad.
Yeah,
I was
Whistle.
prepared to roast you if you said like meat up.
No, dude.
The whistle. Okay,
Yeah,
you're going to like a private place.
Tyson,
All
any
right.
ties or chicken wings? He's just getting them out of the freezer.
Yeah, yeah. I told my mom to fire up the oven. I'm coming home.
Turn on the air fryer.
Preheat that to
Be there soon.
425, Mom.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good, man. But yeah, otherwise, I think that'll wrap it up for us this week, guys. So we appreciate you tuning in to us. If you like what you heard, please give us a like on Facebook, Garage Talk Sports. Follow us on Twitter, GTS Podcast 1. And then like and subscribe on YouTube. I keep messing with my cords here. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Give us a follow, guys. We really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right, see ya.